Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone tuning in or catching a replay. I'm Rebecca, a digital mompreneur of three beautiful girls from Singapore and owner of my page, Rebecca So. Welcome once again, and I'm really excited to share with all of you this new live series, Inspiring People, Inspiring Stories. Now, everyone has a story, and you will get to hear real life stories of how ordinary people like you and I are able to step into the digital world and own our very own digital business with the help of an easy to understand, trusted, and proven system to create the life that we love and choose. If you have been following my page, you will know by now I started this business as a stay at home mom. Today, I have the honor of having Delphine, a full time working mom of three, to share her inspiring story. So be inspired and let's hear from Delphine. Hi,
Hi.
Delphine.
Yes. Hi, Rebecca. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Okay, let me do a self introduction of myself. I'm Delphine. I'm a working mom of three kids. I have three buddies as well. So that's how life is. Yes. And I'm working in the financial industry. I'm also a digital business owner as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, like, why I would like to invite you on is because, like I said, I'm inspired by you, and I would love to share your story with everyone
Thank
following
you.
my page and to share, really share with everyone
Mm.
like why this is possible for everyone. Yeah,
Yes,
so
yes.
my first question for you is, what was life like before you started this digital business?
Okay. I always tell people I'm just an ordinary mom, really ordinary, I'm just someone that you met on the street walking, and, sometimes messy hair and things like that. So I have three kids and they are 15, 13, and 9. So, at this type of age, a few of them are in, secondary school and in primary school. So it's a different way of managing kids at different ages compared to when they are during childcare or kindergarten. Yeah. So it was very hectic every day. I go to work before the pandemic. I go to work as usual. My day started like 6 a.m. So I start to wake them up, prepare them, and things like that. And then I will go off to work early, like about 6:30. So I reach office about 7:30 to 8. It is quite a journey there. And my day usually ends about 8 o'clock. So when I
Uh-huh.
reach home, it's about 8 o'clock lah. And I need to put my kids to bed at 9. So they have a very structured nighttime bedtime at 9 o'clock. This is since throughout when they are born. So I have this very scheduled night bedtime for them. So you can see that 1 hour is actually very hectic because I come home, I have to bathe, I have to eat, and I have to look through their homework to see what is do have they actually done everything before I actually put them to sleep. So that 1 hour, I couldn't actually really do much, but I try my best to put everything within that 1 hour. And three kids, it's not kidding, seriously. You have to do
Yeah.
one by one. Yes. So that's how life is very hectic every day. I always say that it's very robotic because every morning I wake up, then I prepare them, I go to work, then busy at work, and then I come back home. So it's very routine. It gets so routine that sometimes I lost the feel or the thoughts of why am I here? Why
Mm,
are we here? Yes, I'm here because I'm a parent to my kids, but what
mhm,
is life to me? you know so that was how life was before I actually started this digital business. I think it was pretty similar to everybody, where we are always in that cycle,
mhm.
that routine cycle, that we kind of lost touch with life in a way. We didn't know, what is our purpose in life. We just keep doing everything where everybody is doing. We think that it's normal. To me, I think that it's normal at that time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Thank you for that. I mean, which leads me to the next question. What made you step into this digital business?
Okay, it's something that really trigger. I think when we come to a point, in life that when we had enough, it must be something that actually trigger us. So there is this something that actually triggered me at that time. It was during the pandemic. It happened in end somewhere mid 2020. So we are all working from home because pandemic start in somewhere March and April 2020. So
Yeah.
I'm busy working at home as usual, even at home. You know, my day start at even earlier because I don't need to go to work, but I have to wake them up to school. So my work start at 7 after they all leave for school. So I started
Mm,
right away at 7, even though my working time is 8:45. And I
mm,
ended work at 8 plus 9. So it's even worse, compared to going out to work. So the hours at home is even longer. But of course, I can, micromanage some things since I'm at home. But it wasn't good enough till one day my little one actually came and asked me. He was quite, I would say he was patient with me for a few days. Yes, we may. Yes, he was quite patient for a few days until that day struck him and he started to ask me at about 8:30 because 9 o'clock at bedtime. Mommy, what time are you off work?
mm.
So I was really so drained that day because it was a few weeks of very late night sleep. Yes. So I was so drained. I actually broke down. I just cover up my computer and I say, okay, I'm done. That's it. So I told myself that because I realized that this is not what I want in life. Spending hours and hours late nights at work, and my kids are walking in front of me trying to catch my attention, but I couldn't even see them till he has to give me that pity look and ask me this question. So that thing, I think it strikes me. Miss Mimi, come and listen to auntie talk first, okay? You remember? Good girl. Yes, good job. Yeah. So, at this age, especially your little girl age, when they give you that pity look and when you
Yeah.
see that they really needs their mom by themselves, by the side, yeah, and we couldn't be there. So that mom's guilt really strike me in the heart, and I decided
Yeah.
that okay, that's it. Yeah. That's why I quitted my job then. I being a stay-at-home mom, which always wanted to be just like looking after, you got a chance to look after your little one. I don't have that time. Yeah. So I love this type of moment. Every morning wake up, Mimi, you're with mommy, right? Every morning. Yes. Yes. I cannot see you in the screen. You come into the screen. You see? So auntie also like, how you spend time with mommy. You like mommy spend time with you, right?
Yes.
Correct? Ah, yeah,
The blue
correct.
hat.
Good job. So this is what I want. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom just like you, to be with your kids whenever. Yeah. So I quitted my job and I start to look for something to do online. So
Yeah.
that's how I chanced upon this online digital business when I was scrolling through my one of my social media news feed, and I
Yeah.
decided that I should do something for myself. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, you good girl.
Sorry about that.
It's
But
okay.
yeah, I mean, that leads me to this final question. Um, like, how has this digital business changed your life?
Okay, it has really changed so much in my life. I get to spend kids time with my kids more time, and I appreciate time. Just like Mimi, you like mommy stay at home with you, right? Okay,
Yes,
auntie
Mimi?
also like to stay at home with my kids. I like to see a happy face, right? Mommy like to see your happy face. Auntie also like to see my kids happy face. So I get to have more time at home. I get to spend more time with them. I appreciate the time that we have together. So it's a business that not just give me monetary values in terms of financing for my monthly expenses, but it also helps me to realize how important time spent with my kids, my family is. Yeah. So I get to be more open-minded. I also transform myself internally. Our lifestyle also changed. I become more positive. Previously, I was pretty negative person. I never thought that things could happen. It can never happen to me. It was never a thought in mind that okay, I could do my own business. It never come across because I thought I was just ordinary, but this is how it's life. So I have never come to my mind that I could do something for myself. I could live the lifestyle that I want. I could actually inspire my kids as well to be just like me next time. Yeah, my little one, my second one, they say that next time I want to be like you. Yes, maybe you want to be like, business owner like mommy talking on the screen. Yeah. My kids, they want to be, they are so involved in my business, in my life right now, as compared to previously where we are all working hard individually. Yeah. So this business let me appreciate more of my family time with my children as well, and how what is the purpose of my life right now. So which is very important because we don't just God give us the life, don't just to be there and that's it. And
Yeah.
not like a robot. Yeah, we don't maybe don't like robot, right? We should not live like a robot, correct? Correct? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Correct.
good. So we need to have a life of ourselves. So it actually gave me the chance. Yes, you're very good. Yeah. It gave me to have a chance to actually live the life that I want. I really want, in depth in me that I didn't realize actually until I started this business. Yes. So it actually totally changed my life from something to another angle that I never realized actually in my whole 40 years life I can do that.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's very amazing.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's really amazing how, we are able to, like, in our ordinary lives, like,
Yes.
just, and then
We
we
can
get to
move
tap
out of
on
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so simple as well, right? So, I
Mm.
mean, do you have any advice for the
Mm.
audience, or
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
please.
Yes. Okay. To everybody or to the viewers who is watching us right now, do take a chance to reflect on your life. What have you done till this stage? Regardless whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, or even 50s when you're already retired now. Really think back and see if you really have a fulfilling life. To me, when I started this business, I would think back and see that what is it that I want in my life and what is it that I have in my life or what I have achieved. And yes, give me 5 more minutes. I'm done. Okay, good. Can? So I started to think, what is it that I have? And I realized that other than my family, I have nothing. Seriously, I have not gained anything that I feel proud of other than my three children.
Yeah.
So this is something that it pretty upset me because although I'm an ordinary mom, but I do definitely want to inspire my kids to be, as at their best that they can. Yeah. So I decided to move out of this comfort zone. So to everybody out there, do take a look and reflect on how your life is and is this really what you want? If not, then explore something that's very different. You never know that you could be doing well at what you have never done before or what you are not good at. But in this business, there are always mentors and coaches to guide you. It's very different. It's a very totally very different concept of business that you see out there, online business. I've talked to many people and they are always asking me, what is this business all about? But you really need to step in because these are things that we can't use words to explain to you. You really need to step in to have a look at how this business is run, how people are achieving their lifestyle, having more time with their family. It is achievable and it is possible. Yes, you just need to actually put that one step out out of your comfort zone and explore. Give yourself a chance. We don't have much chance in life. We only have one life, frankly speaking. So if you don't start now, are you going to start it later at 20 years later, 10 years later when you're retiring? Then it will be too late because half of the time is gone. To me, that I wouldn't think is late. I'm in my 40s, but I felt that this is really the best time of my life, and I'm really enjoying myself. Yes, Mimi, I know you enjoy me talking because you are laughing. You're smiling, right? Good. So do take this chance, connect with Rebecca. She will be able to show you what this business can actually help you, how it can help you financially, or even getting back your life. Yeah, getting back life, right? And have mommy to spend time with you every day. Am I right, princess? Yes.
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 Yes. Good job.
Yes.
Yes. So this is how things will go. Connect with Rebecca. I'll be able to bring you in and help you along. Thank
Thank you very much,
you.
Delphine.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you everyone for today, and thank you, Delphine, very much for your time
Thank
to share with
you.
everyone. And if everyone is inspired by what she shared. Do take a look at what we have, and um, uh, like if eh, okay, sorry. Like I say, we are all ordinary people, and we have our life going on, but our business works around us
Yes.
24/7, and
Mhm.
even when we are busy, and it happens however we want. So this might be something for you or not. So if you are interested, just take a look. If not, um, have a nice
There's no
day.
obligation actually.
No obligation at
Yes, correct.
all.
It's
So
just a chance that Rebecca can show it to you.
yes, and thank you very much for your time,
Thank you. Thank
everyone.
you,
And
everybody.
Delphine, thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
Rebecca. Bye,
I'll
everyone.
see
Mimi,
you.
bye.
Bye. Mimi, say bye.